Hi there, and welcome back to my devlogs. You'll have to bear with me just now. I have a bit of a cold; it might affect my voice, but it shouldn't hold me back too much. You may have noticed that the first big change, if you're paying attention, is that the map is very different. I scaled back the map a lot because there is a design term called minimum viable product, which is what is the minimum product you could make that will basically meet all your design goals. And when I sat and I thought about it, that I want people to be able to sit with the game open on their laptop and narrate the game to their players without their players having to see that. And having a large map with fine granularity to like many squares just didn't translate well into that. So a smaller map with these squares where several units can sit in, and you can say scale down the distance. Like a full movement wouldn't be 10 squares left and 3 squares up to get where you want to. I would be moving 1 or 2 squares at a time, so people know where they are. And it is a lot easier to explain ranges when you're saying, oh, that unit's only 3 squares away from you. It really sort of helps someone narrate the game to people who can't see it. So it helps. So in roleplay terms, this is like using the theater of the mind to um, narrate what is going on, and that is used in a lot of games. Like some games don't use any miniatures or tables at all. So that's really where I would like to take the game first, and then maybe also make a text-only version where there's no map at all, and you can translate, say, 2 squares into 40 feet, and now you can measure this in real life with miniatures and stuff if you want to represent the game that way. So you can have a laptop that does all the calculations, and you can have your miniatures there on the board, and that is one way to do it as well. Um, so I've got all these yellow squares highlighted here. This is the new function that starts the game where you get to spawn in your heroes. So if you click on a square, you can see Sissy is spawned in here, and they can spawn in Vivian as well. And yeah, these squares are a lot larger now. The characters don't fill it up, and you're able to move and join people together. And when you do that, the square sorts out who's in the square, creates space, puts everyone where they should be. I can move Zargo and do the same thing, and now they're all in the square together. And I can move everyone about, and the square is rearranged as well. So if I move Kess over here, I've also added when you click attack, it'll highlight the range that they have, and then you can push between the different targets that are available rather than clicking on who you want, and then you click select, it'll do the animation back to the character who it is. And you may have noticed I was controlling the camera slightly, so with the WASD and arrow keys you can move around, create boundaries so you can see where the camera can go. And you can also zoom in and out with the wheel, and if you click and hold the wheel, you can click and drag the camera. And that is all the changes I made so far. It's a bit of a big overhaul in terms of what I wanted to do, but it really brings the scope into something far more realistic. It'll help me visualize and get to where I want to be quicker, and also get me to playing and testing the game quicker as well, because I'll be able to do it so much sooner with this sort of method and a lot easier, and I can give it to other people and they'll be able to use it easier as well. So, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. I'll be happy to discuss literally anything. Talk to people in the comments, or maybe you're watching it on Facebook if I've shared it as well. Any feedback would be great. Yeah, thanks.